Hello everyone, Specter here, and welcome to Star Citizen. Today we are going to take a look at its Anvil Arrow. This Anvil Arrow is a light fighter in Star Citizen, but it's quite unique comparing to the other, um, I mean, the other light fighters in Star Citizen. But before I talk more about it, let's get to it first. Here, at the front, you can see there's a cockpit in here, and this is the only way for you to get inside of the ship. Get in or get out, but anyway, so this is the only place for you to be inside the ship. At the front, you have something looks like a refueling rod or maybe sensors, I don't know, but something looks like that, but currently it's not functional. In here, you can see there's a fixed size 3 laser cannons. Originally, it came up with gimbal size 2 ballistic Gatling guns. For me, ballistic weaponry is not nice for me, especially I'm not very good at shooting, so I swapped it out into laser weaponry. And I choose a size 3 instead of size 2 so that I have a stronger firepower. At the top, you have a turret which houses 2 size 1 laser cannons. Originally, it housed 2 size 1 distortion cannons, but I swapped it out into something that can damage the ship's hull. So, yep, there goes 2 size 1 laser cannons. At the side, at the wing, you can see 3 missiles in here. You've got a very big engines at the back. And the right hand side of the ship is the same as the left hand side of the ship, so it turns out 6 missiles in total. Okay, so let's get inside the ship first. Right, so inside the ship, I would say the view is quite nice, although someone may say that the bars are blocking the sight, but for me it's still good. I'm not so picky. The panels, quite nice. I have an easier time to access the panel, except for these, because sometimes I may click on some buttons, I don't know for some reasons. But anyway, most of the time I have a better time to access my things, so it's good, it's quite nice. So if things go sideways, you have an ejection button in here to eject yourself so that you can wait for rescue. As I said, you have 4 weaponries in here. Originally a gimbal size 2, 2 gimbal size 2, and distortion cannons, both are size 1s. But now it's like 2 size 3 laser cannons and 2 size 1 laser cannons, which is nice for me. Missile wise, as I said, you have 6 missiles and all of them are size 2 missiles. So the firepower is quite strong. So this ship, I would say, is quite nice, especially the design of the ship. I'm not saying how good looking it is, although, well, I would say yes, it is good looking. But what I talk about is much more about the design of the ship. As you can see, those weapons, especially the guns, would be a little bit away from the wings. It would be very close to the hull and away from the wings. That is very good design because when the wings were being shot off by your enemy, then your guns would be still attached to your ship, which is quite nice. It means that when your ship is damaged and your wings are lost, still you will have most of your firepower on your ship, except for the missiles. It's quite nice for me. The only downside is for the guns. Up there, if your guns that being housed on the turret, it's quite easy to overheat it. Yeah, to be overheated. So I don't know whether it's a bug or maybe just like the game mechanic. When your guns overheated too many times, then well, some of your ship's system will be shut down. I think it's just like the mechanism. not mechanism, but the game design. So yeah, so you may want to be aware of it. So when you're firing your cannons or other weaponries on your turret, you better like especially for the cannons. Yep, I think it's cannons. If you arm it with the cannons, then you need to watch for those overheated bar. All right, this ship is quite limited. I mean, you can do limited things only. Yeah, because this is a light fighter after all. You don't have any cargo space. You cannot do any bounty. I mean, you cannot do any box delivery missions. So combat missions would be your only options. Of course, you can like just use it as a transport to fly around first. But if you purchase the ship, it means that it's only limited for you to do your. I mean, to do combat missions, and I mean, generally speaking, like basically the ship is quite good at fighting. I mean, for me, okay, I have a comfortable time to fight against the other ships, of course, NPC ships, and even with the medium-sized ships would be quite easy for me to take down. Although, not for the colors black and also like the freelancer miss. I think freelancer miss is much more easier comparing to the colors black because colors black I don't know like just like very hard to crack. And Buccaneers is quite hard to crack as well for some reasons. But most of the time I had quite an easier time to like deal with some medium-sized ship. But if you talk about like something heavier like a hammerhead, I would say I don't know. I can't. I mean, I won't recommend it because this is a light fighter after all. Even if you're very good at fighting or stuff, you need to take some time to deal with the hammerhead size large ship. And also, the hammerhead itself is an anti-fighter platform, so I won't suggest you to use it to deal with something much more heavier than the medium-sized ships. Yep. So yeah, it means that for the bounty missions, maybe you might want to consider to uh I mean to fly the ship. Okay, you need to consider whether you should choose like high risk bounty targets or not. All right, because sometimes I think at that point you might see something heavier than just light fighters. All right, so in case you really like the ship, in game it costs you around 970,000. Yeah, this kind of price point in game credits. I mean, it's quite easy to earn it comparing to the other light fighters. If you're not that kind of picky, then this ship quite useful for you, probably. Yeah, if you're aiming for like special like gladius or something like that, then yeah, go ahead to save up a little bit more. But if you just want a light fighter in your fleet, then this ship is quite nice. Just in case that you really like the ship to the point that you want to purchase it in game, I think in game it costs. I mean, not in game, but purchase it with real cash. That's what I mean. I meant. So with real cash, it costs you $75. Um, is it always available? I think it's always available. So I would suggest you to fly it around in with. I mean, purchase it with in-game credits first. Fly it around. If you really like it, then you can purchase whatever you want with real cash. But yeah, even though I say $75, it seems like it's quite cheap comparing to the other ships. But still, you can spend $45 to experience most of the game already. So it's not necessary for you to purchase it with real cash. Especially this ship is not that kind of expensive. If you really want to grind your way there, then you have an easier time. Of course, yes, as I said, you can purchase whatever you wanted. Okay, so one very interesting fact about the ship is I had never purchased the ship. no matter it's talk about real cash or it with in-game credits, because it's there like in the hangar. I don't know why I never purchased the ship. Yep. So if CIG decided not to take it back, then I would just fly it around. Okay, as long as it's still there. So yeah, it's good for me, especially like well, for me, I may not need this ship, but still, it's a fun ship to play around, especially flying, like doing some kind of like small bounty missions, or even medium bounty missions, as you might watch that video about the bounty missions on this in this ship. All right. So basically, that's it for today's video about this Anvil Arrow. And if you think that this video is kind of helpful, feel free to leave a like. And if you think I need to improve something, or maybe I miss out something, or maybe you have some suggestions that about the ship, or just simply want to share about your thoughts, then yeah, feel free to leave a comment down below. And I shall see you guys next time then. Bye bye.